Hey guys, creepbg here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Samsung Galaxy S3. Now before we start off, I'd like to apologize for the lack of device for the purposes of this review, but I've had the device since day one, so I know pretty much everything there is to know about it. So without further ado, here's the review of the Samsung Galaxy S3. The Samsung Galaxy S3 is the third flagship smartphone from the S series, following the success of the Galaxy S2. At the time of release, which was in late May 2012, it was the most powerful smartphone on the market, with a 1.4 GHz quad-core processor and 1 GB of RAM, making multitasking into a pleasure rather than an ordeal. Packed with a beautiful 4.8-inch Super AMOLED display at 720p, HD video was a pleasure to watch on this jewel of a phone. And the rear camera, although still 8 megapixels, was now capable of capturing 1080p full HD videos and capturing photos quite quickly with the instant shutter feature, although at times that same instant shutter feature made for a lot of blurry photos. Some of the S3's most alluring features were of course the motion controls, of which I found most useful: direct call, tap to top, and swipe to capture screenshot. And even though it was not new on the S3, I found swipe to call / text was a very useful feature that I kept using non-stop. With the S3, Samsung tried to implement a Siri-like voice assistant with S-Voice. However, to this day, it is hit or miss. It doesn't understand your request as much, and it isn't as intuitive as Siri, but sometimes it does help with capturing photos from afar just by saying smile or cheese. Software-wise, the S3 initially came out with Android's version 4.0.4 Ice Cream Sandwich with the TouchWiz user interface over the top, and later was updated to the 4.1.2 Jelly Bean operating system. Now with the update, a new voice assistant in the form of Google Now was introduced, and because of the better voice recognition and more intuitive suggestions, it completely phased out S-Voice. Now I'm one of the people who doesn't like the cartoon style of the TouchWiz user interface, but that wasn't a major problem for me because being an Android phone, the S3 is super customizable with all the launchers and other applications available in the Play Store. With the rollout of 4G LTE in the UK, Samsung released a second version of the phone called S3 LTE. Now the main differences between the S3 and the S3 LTE were that the LTE model had an extra gigabyte of RAM and also the LTE capabilities. Performance-wise, it was slightly faster, but also had a slightly shorter battery life. Along with the S3 LTE, Samsung also released the S3 Mini, which hardware-wise is comparable to the S1, except it has a little bit more RAM and obviously the S3 trademark motion controls. Closest comparison to the Galaxy S3 is the Nexus 4, which due to an extra gigabyte of RAM and a lighter pure Android operating system, executes applications with a fraction of a second faster, but because of the Super AMOLED display, the Galaxy S3 had a longer battery life, and because it has the slot for a memory card, it can also store a lot more media. Although the more powerful and more capable Galaxy S4 is out, the S3 is still one of the best phones on the market. It's still a technological marvel, even by today's standards, and is rumored to receive the latest version of Jelly Bean 4.3 for Android. With the recent price drop due to the S4's release, it could be found at a reasonable price, and is the perfect buy for those who can't afford an S4 but want to have a top-of-the-range Android smartphone. My name's creepbg. I hope you found this review useful.